The clock is chiming. The bells are ringing. Are you shopping or are you here? If you're here, please drop a note and say hello. And I can take this, keep this a secret and put it away because it's not a secret any longer. The new release is live on our website, which is www.papercraftersworkshop.ca. Happy to get you all your Lawn Fawn goodness. So let's jump right into the unboxing. There's so much to show you. This is, like I said earlier, this is one of the biggest releases that I've ever experienced with Lawn Fawn. I want to say that maybe Christmas of 2020 was about the same, but this is pretty packed with awesome stuff. So I've tried my best to organize by theme, and I've got my samples ready as well, even though you've already kind of seen them. But one of the big themes of this release is our mice and strawberries. I mean, nothing really says spring like strawberries do, and they have done it in typical Lawn Fawn fashion. Now, these little mice are fabulous because they coordinate with all of those other mice stamps that they have come out with, whether it's Not a Creature with Stirring, whether it's Dandy Day, whether it's Crazy Antics. And I feel like I'm missing one, but they're just so stinking cute. So we are starting off with Very Special. So this is a great little 4x6 set that's got, is it 4x6? Yep, 4x6. We've got lots of little critters. We've got our little bee that we've using, and there's even a little swoosh that if you wanted to add some details. We've got a sweet little strawberry banner, and we've got jam. We've got the little baskets. I mean, they've really thought of every single detail. And then here it is with a strawberry dessert. I think I'm blocking my light here. Let's see if we can do that. The other thing that you'll see as a theme through some of these stamp sets is all these tiny words. So yum, burp, buzz, thanks so very much. And then just like in the Halloween one, it's got one of those little insert words, berry. So you are totally my jam. You are special, but you can change that into you are berry special. Have a berry happy birthday. And so there's lots of puns to be had, the little sign. And as always, we have the coordinating dies, or if you just want the stamp set, we do have the stamp set available on its own. Now, as I said, strawberries are the theme. So there are more than just the one stamp set, but that you can mix and mingle. You're going to see some other things in these sample cards that we'll come back to, but the strawberries are where it is. So there is a strawberry window add-on for the reveal wheel and the accompanying stencil. Here is that little basket for the fruit. I mean, you could do some really fun stuff with it by turning it around and cutting it out of different color paper, but that is the fruit basket. And then there are a couple of even larger strawberries. So this is the outside in strawberry, and what that means, and it took me a while to figure it out, but what that means is the cut line is actually down the middle of the die, and then it's got stitching on either side, so that way the piece that comes out has stitching and the piece that's left behind has stitching. And this makes it ideal for things like shaker cards and that kind of thing, where you want that opening. Maybe you're putting acetate in here, but you want that opening stitched as well. So that's the outside in stitched strawberry. And then we just have the regular stitched strawberry. And they look very similar. So that's where you do have to be careful. The outside in is, say, for shaker cards. This is just if you want to have a nice little strawberry frame. I mean, you could use this for shaker card as well, where you're creating the frame, but it just is a little bit of a different look. So there you go. So here, I don't know if you can tell when you purchase it, they've got the stitching on the plaid as well as on the interior. Just gives it a nice finish. And then there is a paper piecing strawberry. This is called the Strawberry Patch. These are the guys that they used in here, and the foliage, just super cute. Gives it a little bit of a bolder look than just stamping. And then How You Been? How You Been is a little jar, and it's often filled with stuff. So we've had peppermint candies, and we've had the talking candies for Valentine's. Well, now we have a strawberry. This one doesn't have a picture. Give me 1 second. There's the jar. So what you can do is you can fill the jar with jelly beans, or you can fill the jar with strawberries and have lots and lots of fun with that. So those are all the strawberry themed goodness from this new release. But we're just getting started, so don't you worry. There is still more to come. This release is very, very spring-like. And if you are not into strawberries, well, you've got options. So I'm going to put these 2 sample cards out first, and we've seen these before, and we talked about them. So we've got our little bears. These are the same bears as in the Den Sweet Den from, was it from, the summer into winter? I can't remember. It was just a fairly recent release. So the Den Sweet Den bear family are now going out and playing in the puddles. There's a little frog down here that goes with the Totally Awesome. So you know what? This is where I'm saying that things, everything old is new again, and everything works together. He would look great with those Totally Awesome toads that Darlene was playing with earlier tonight. These guys could go with some of the bears from the den that are reading a book. You've got so many options. And then Happy Spring. This is a really cute little take. And I know Ellen, I'm not sure if she's on here watching, or if she's busy shopping, because I know she's been saving up for this release. Succulents and flowers. So again, if you're not a strawberry person, if you think that you want to go a different way, here are some options for you. So we're going to start with garden before and afters. So we've got little boxes here with carrots. These would be great for Easter. We've got the little buds popping up. So if you've got the Magic Picture Changer, this is a great set for that, but there's so many things that you can just use on its own as well. So you can see that you don't need the before and after. You've got lots of fun stuff happening in that scene. And just like we always say with Lawn Fawn, throw a little face on it and it gets 100 times cuter. So just look at this cute little card. There's a tease for something else, but this little set, Mother's Day, Get Well, Thinking of You, Easter, so many different ways, totally rooting for you. Friends are the flowers in the garden of life. Once again, Stamp and Die, ready for you. I even got like the little water splash from the watering can. And then we have our berry rainy day. Gotta love those puns. This is a different kind of bear. It's not berry like the berries, it's bear. Lots of puns that all mix and match. So we've got umbrella bear, we've got the rain slicker bear, we've got little puddle jumper bear, we've got those totally little cute little toads, Make a Splash, I Love You, Rain or Shine, and different kinds of raindrops as well. Just raining down on these beautiful, beautiful bears. And the coordinating die. So that's the same as this guy over here. Continuing on that plant kind of theme, and then moving into some paper piecing, I think this is what Ellen was talking about earlier, the succulents, the plant a succulent. He is adorable. I sometimes find the paper piecing a little fiddly for my fat fingers, but for this guy, I am totally going to find a way to make it work. He is so cute, and you can mix and match and build them in any way that you want. Now, if you don't have, these are a great way to use up scraps, but if you don't have little pieces, just like we did with the thank you, you could always just cut this all out of white and ink blend your colors or even Copic color your different pots and your different colors to create a different look. So that is Plant a Succulent. And then we have a couple of new paper piecing. We have our Fox family. And what you do is you just die cut him out multiple times. We've got a solid one here to build on, and away you go. I have also done this where I've cut them all out of white, except for the outline, and then just colored them with my Copic markers. So you don't have to do paper cardstock colors. You could do Copic coloring or ink blending as well. And just in time for Easter, we have the sweetest, chubbiest little bunny you've ever seen, complete with some extra little Easter eggs and a little flower crown. I mean, how stinking cute is that? So this is where that jewel picker that we were talking about in my craft along, your fine tip tweezers, all of those good things are certainly going to help you pull these guys together. And then last but not least in this section, if you are a tiny gift box lover, and Maria, I think if you're here, you are probably going to fall in love with this. This is the Goat and Llama add-on for your tiny gift box. So there is a die for a teeny tiny little gift box. I don't have a sample here, but you can decorate them in the critters. So you can make him a llama, you can make him a goat, you can make him a sheep, you can make him whatever you want in that fluffy kind of animal. And it's got all the different pieces there to put those together. So those are good options for springtime, but there's more. So let me talk to you a little bit about Easter. This is a adorable little Easter card that was provided to us by the amazing team at Lawn Fawn, and they've got the little scene in the background with our little tiny friends, but they're not just your average tiny friends. They are the tiny spring friends. So we've got some Easter theme with the little bunny ears, but again, we've got teeny tiny umbrellas. This one's got an Easter egg. This one's got a watering can. Grandpa's hanging out there. Look at this adorable little chick. Lots of fun to build your teeny tiny scenes. And trust me, these guys color in a snap because they're so tiny. You can make some great scenes and snap them up. Now, if you've got your tiny friends, you need the scene to go with it. So here we go, 2 new window scenes, similar to the winter ones that we saw. And my understanding is the plan is to do one for each season. So we'll be looking for summer next. But here we've got the blossoming flowers. We've got an Easter version, some great sentiments that work really well with the tiny friends. And there is a coordinating die as well. That one doesn't have a picture. Does this one have a picture? Nope. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for some more samples, or you can go right back to that window like we had from the winter one. They are all exactly the same size so that you can mix and match. That is the Lawn Fawn way. Mix, match, extend, extend, extend. Okay. Now, I know many of you have had your eye on our friends, the goats. So here we've got a Mother's Day card. You'll notice a theme here with the giant sentiment. And we've got goats on top of goats, and I love Ma. Mother's Day, Ma. Get it, get it. Anywho, so we have You Goat This. When Matt read that title, he kind of groaned, but he should know better by now because, you know, Lawn Fawn and their puns. So we've got our little goat families, we've got hay, we've got tin cans, we've got flowers for them to munch on. I love Ma, I love Pa, good for Father's Day, Mother's Day, and goat, greatest of all time. But this kind of leads us into a bit of a barnyard kind of spin. And for those of you who love Reveal Wheel, you got it. We have a Reveal Wheel barn. Just like the castle that we had a little ways back, this gives you a great little scene, and you can flip that window to show just about anything you want. Anything in the tiny series will fit very easily in that little window. So here is the barn piece, and of course there is a window insert for that and a stencil template to go with it. But when Lawn Fawn took a look at their color palette, they realized they really did not have a barn red cardstock. Can't say that anymore, because there is in fact a barn red cardstock pack just perfect for this Build-A-Scene barn. And we need a few more critters to go in our Build-A-Scene barn. So we do have the Tiny Farm. It's just called Tiny Farm, but I'm going to call it the Tiny Farm Friends. There's a little chick, there's a little pig, there's a little cow, and there's our little farmer. So he's perfect to go with the Tiny Friends as well. There's a whole city. It's almost like Little People. Did you guys play with the Fisher-Price Little People when you were kids? They got a whole village. So from the whole herd, E-I-E-I-O to go on the little spinny bit, die to go with it. And last but not least in this barnyard, now you're going to know why we played with the ducks with Darlene's little demo, is we have a flip-flop rub-a-dub. Rub-a-dub-dub flip-flop. So now we have our large duck in the opposite way and our little flappy duckling in the other way. You quack me up. Peep. These tiny words you're going to see a lot. So you've seen crunch and munch. We saw yum and buzz. That is our barnyard section of the new release. And as I move on, I'm going to take a sip of water because we're maybe halfway. There's lots and lots to show you. Alrighty. So those are the main themes of this release. We have strawberries, we have plant life, greenery, we have Easter, and springy outdoors, and we have the barnyard. But one thing that we've come to know about Lawn Fawn is that you will often see some great sentiments and some great ways that you can really jazz up your cards. And some of these, they're a great enough size that you could use on a layout as well. So we have a brand new giant message stamp set. This is the giant Easter message. Have a happy Easter, wishing you a joyful spring. Really easy to color and create some beautiful just little sentiments that can just, all you need to do is this and throw it on a card and you're done. And they've got a few little accents. Hello, sunshine. And there is a new coordinating die for the giant messages. So if you recall, we've had two other sets of giant messages. I think there's a birthday one and I think there was a holiday one. And each one of the oval dies have been a little bit different. The nice thing is, and it doesn't show here on the picture, but the nice thing is you can layer them and they all coordinate. You can use them all together. So we have left these unbundled. You can get the die or the stamp or both because this one really is a fabulous, fabulous standalone die. So that is the giant messages. And then we alluded to, there are some great new giant messages dies. So we have Get Well Soon, Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy Mother's Day. And we've seen those on a couple of the samples that we showed tonight. And what we did, actually both of these have done this, cut two. When you're going to cut one, you might as well cut two, and then you can layer. And just by offsetting either just to the right or the right and up, it creates that shadow effect. And in this one, when I created this card, again, I just cut them both out of white, ink blended the one to give me that different layer. This one they've used something I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay. That was the giant die messages, and these have been super popular. So if you see one that you like, you need to go and get it right away because they will go fast. We have some more magic messages. These are for the centers of the magic iris die. They are perfectly sized to pop right in the center of that magic iris, but they also work really well as standalones. And there is a die that coordinates with it, so it gives you that great little stitched edge. And we've got Hello Spring, Best Wishes, Happy Graduation, which we always need a good one for, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Easter. And speaking of magic iris, there is a new Floral Wreath to go with your Magic Iris. This is a beautiful spring option that you can just paper piece to your heart's content. We have Good Luck, a great little border sentiment. And there is a new alphabet. So this is Henry's ABCs. And Henry is actually Kelly and Mike's new baby. Well, not new. I think he's one now. But Miles, his middle name is Henry. So they have named this die after Miles. I remember back when she was pregnant and they came out with the Oliver stamp set, the Oliver alphabet die set. We all thought that the baby's name was going to be Oliver, and she surprised us and said, no, his name is Miles. But now we have his name etched in dies as Henry. And that's that example where we've used that Henry alphabet for the word berry. So there was an alphabet set and a numbers set. Okay. Give me a second. I got to go over here and grab the next pile. Okay, so now we're just going to do these. There's a bit of odds and sods here that will round out this release. I'm going to leave those to the end. There's this guy here. He is super cute. Sending big hugs. I know there's a giant die that has sending big hugs. Now we've got a little stamp set and a little bunny to go with it and some great little sayings. Until then, I'm sending hugs. By hugs, I mean this card. So it's really, really cute and appropriate for all of us card makers. For St. Patrick's Day, there is Lucky Clovers with the nice little stitching marks inside. We have another floral frame. So where the other one was for Magic Iris, this just matches an A2 card front perfectly. And you can pop that happy spring in there. Or just use the flowers. They're really super cute flowers. Now, the key with these particular dies, they can be tricky. Make sure you've got good pressure in your machine. And if you need to, go this way once, then pull it out and rotate it and go this way so that you can get all the little bits and bobs. I believe Kelly Marie did a video on some of these backdrop dies. I'll see if I can find it later this weekend and pop it in the group for you. And then to round things out, we've got a slimline picket fence. I always love the slimlines because if you're doing a smaller card, you can just cut it down. But then you've got a nice long one if you are doing a slimline or even on a layout. And then 2 more stamp sets to show you. Every year since Lawn Fawn launched, they have done a special stamp set commemorating their anniversary or their birthday. Now, unfortunately, because of, well, a million reasons, they forgot to do one last year. So this year, they've come out with 2. This is year 11, I believe. Yep, year 11. And it's the cute little planet with a birthday hat. Sorry I missed your birthday. I didn't plan it that way, but I'm bumped. The Lawn Fawn puns at its best. And then year 12 is our cute little parrot. Apparently, it's your birthday. And again, some cute little sentiments that can pop right in that speech bubble. Great little keepsakes, stamp and die or stamps on their own. Great way to just kind of have a nice little collection through the years. Okay, my voice is getting tired. Okay, we have some brand new layered stencils. Now again, let me find the samples. We saw it here. And I think, Luciana, I think you saw it when we were going through this before. This is the Spring Blossoms layered background stencil. And there are 3 stencils in the set. One for the main bouquet, one for the accents, and then one for the foliage. Great 6x6 size. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. It's not going to show up very well. There are little etching marks to help you line it up with the next layer. So that just makes it that much easier when you are using these beautiful, beautiful stencils. And you know what? You could always use one layer on its own. You don't have to use them all together. We do have, and it's very, very faint on this sample card, but look at the raindrops. We have a raindrop stencil, and this is a single stencil, so really affordable, really easy to have in your stash, but man, the impact it can make on your project. For St. Patrick's Day, we have the Clover stencils, and this is another layered one that has 2 layers. It's got the detail or the accent, and then it's got the main level. But if you notice, those clovers actually look like hearts. So if you did them in pinks and reds, if you did them in other colors, you could make them work for any occasion, not just St. Patrick's Day. And then we are going to close the stencil section with the skinny stripes. There is a diagonal set and there is a horizontal or vertical, depending on which way you use it. Or you can use it together. I mean, look at that cool pattern that it's creating right there. Just by having, you could do it in 2 different colors and have a lot of fun with that. So that is the skinny stripes stencil. So 4 new stencils, 3 of them layering stencils in this release. And then we have our platform pop-up. And part of the reason why Darlene did the scalloped box card pop-up is that there's a lot of similarities in this mechanism as there is to the box pop-up. And Kelly Marie says that this is just as easy to put together, and I'm hoping to learn that next week when we have our little class with her. But look at how cute that is. Now there are 2 parts to this. There is the main die, the platform pop-up. And so this gives you the main piece, and you need to cut two of these big frames to make one card, to make one box. But then they've filled all the space with all of these amazing add-ons. And hold on. You can tell I've done a lot of talking tonight. So that is the main platform, which is all of these green bits all the way around. And then there is the add-on, which gives you kind of the background. So if you wanted to have more of that background, almost think of it like a stage. So this is, without the backdrop, it's kind of like an island stage or a little, outreach stage at a concert. And then if you put the backdrop on, it's like the curtains or the backstage area to create more of that amphitheater feel. So super cute. And I think it's going to be super easy to put together. I think you need to cut 3 of the T's, 2 of the platforms, and that's about it. But as any interactive, it all will come down to where you put the glue. So I look forward to learning about that. And now I can't get it back up. There we go. And he does fold flat so that you can put him in an A2 envelope. Yep, it fits in an A2. It's perfect. The other thing that this is great for if you don't use the platform is if you do have those flip-flops with the ducks or the chameleons or any of the other ones, you could do a front and back. So even when your platform is standing up, you don't see the back of your stamp, you get to see another character. So those flip-flops will be really ideal with this platform pop-up. Okay, what about the other stuff? So I got a little basket here. Teasing you. So there is a new paste, a new texture paste. This one is clear. So last release, no, 2 releases ago, the Christmas release, we had the fairy dust, we had the glow in the dark, we had the white, the gold, the silver, all of that good stuff. Well, now we have clear. And this one will work beautifully with that raindrop stencil because it'll just give you that shine, that clear kind of shine that looks wet, looks like water, looks like glass. It's kind of like glossy accents in a pot that you can run through a stencil and use it to create all kinds of beautiful shiny areas without it being kind of in your face. We also have 2 new tubey stuff. We have clear glaze, so basically this in a pen, and then there is a sparkle one. So this is similar to the Hero Arts Sparkle Glaze with the Lawn Fawn branding on it. We have to be very careful that we pick the right one for you because they look very similar in the tube, but we've got the clear and the sparkle and the pot. And in honor of St. Patrick's Day, in honor of needing some more greens in their palette, Lawn Fawn has 2 new inks. Good night, Naomi. Glad that you could join us. We're just about done here, and I think we won't be far behind you. So thank you for joining us, and make sure you come back and see us on replay. Anyone else who's tuning out and getting ready for bed, thank you for joining us. We are in the final stretch here, so we will get moving. And if you have to sign off, good night, and we will catch you in the morning. So 2 brand new ink pads from Lawn Fawn. We have Rainforest, which is kind of a beautiful dark teal. And then we've got Clover, which, you know, I am kind of partial to green. If you saw my space around here, everything's green. So this is definitely my kind of color. We don't traditionally carry the Lawn Fawn inks. We just don't have room for multiple kinds of inks. But we knew you guys would want the new ones. So there is the new ink pads, as well as the re-inkers to go with them. And again, we're going to have to read very carefully to make sure we pick the right one for you. All right, just a couple more things. The really fun stuff that has nothing to do with actual crafting. Oh, and something went, no, falling down. We've got a new enamel pin. There you go. Thanks, Annabella. We'll talk to you soon. Great little pin here with the succulent. And, you know, because we hope your day doesn't suck, there is a brand new canvas bag with our little Lawn Fawn succulents on there. It is way too cute to resist. And I'm going to finish off with bright and colorful. So 2 brand new lines of paper from Lawn Fawn to round out this beautiful release. We have the Gotta Have Gingham Rainbow. This is the 12 by 12. We do have the 6 by 6 as well. There's collection, there's individual, and it's got the gingham on one side and, so square and diagonal. We have pink and orange and yellow, and these are all names. Traditionally, they name their papers after people on their team. So we have Audrey and Margaret and Bessie and Greta and Dorothy and Harriet. Look at that beautiful rainbow. Just so much fun to play with. And then there is the flower market papers. These ones are named after flowers. So we have Sweet Pea, and what this has is a diagonal stripe on the reverse side. So there's Sweet Pea, there's Buttercup, good night Susan, there is Gladiolus, there's Delphinium, there is Lupine, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and Brunia. 6 by 6 pad as well, all the things. And finally, if you don't want to buy single color cardstock packs, there are these new textured multi-packs or variety packs. So this is the yellow one, for example, and you've got all these shades of yellow. There are, I believe there's 2 of each sheet, 10 sheets in a pack. So we've got yellow and blue and teal and pink and aqua, not to be confused with teal. We've got purple, Darlene's favorite. We've got red and orange. And then we've got, of course, my favorite green on the end. So, thank you for all who have stuck with me tonight. Thank you for all who have gone shopping. Thank you for crafting with us and joining us for this fabulous PJ party. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. Now, again, I talked about Jen Shirka's classes earlier. We do have the kits available. I will get those loaded up onto the website and make sure you can order those. You do have to register with Jen first and then get your kit from us. But if you're not in any hurry for your new release stuff, which I know not many of us can wait that long, but if you want to wait and have your kits shipped together, you can do so. We got it all in the store, so come and see us. We open at 10. And next Monday the 28th of February. No, so it's not next Monday. It's 2 weeks from Monday. So that must be what, the 8th? We have our next Make It Monday. And I asked you to look for a glass jar for our project. All right, ladies, any Jens who are watching, thank you for sticking with me. Sleep tight. Dream of strawberries and goats and rainbow bears. And we will see you, I would say in the morning, but it is morning. So we'll see you a little bit later. Have a wonderful night and thank you for joining us.